not remember half the question. But yesterday, the internet was actually looking pretty good. But like 10 minutes before I went to stream, it just like completely died out. And never stabilized, so that's why I wasn't streaming yesterday in particular, but today was looking pretty rough too. Then, maybe like an hour ago, it started stabilizing, so I don't really have too much control over it, but hopefully it stays pretty stable.
It's too far away.
Usually when it's stable, like once it recovers, it stays pretty stable for a while. Until like the next day or whatever, but yeah, we'll see. Otherwise, I haven't done too much off stream. Spent all my money again. As you can see, I have like no money, but that's partially because, all because I was training skills for me and my demon. I finally got the next rank of Healthstone. Here we go. Oh. That's gonna be helpful. We all know how much I love the life path. But otherwise, honestly, the only quests I remember off the top of my head, like story-wise,
Out of range.
what's that one of the main quest givers had like sausage fingers and bunion feet, and they're just asking me to do work for them. Don't really remember what else is going on.
That spell isn't ready yet.
I think I saw a skeleton over here though, yes. Yeah, let's go this way. I think one of the main things I need to find out is how to get deeper. Some of the quests, I can see the markers. But they're clearly not there, so they must be underground. The elevator doesn't take forever, but it just doesn't come up here. Or it does. Why? This looks safe. Yeah, that's true. It just had to spite me. I guess in the end, I'm okay with it because I got to use the elevator. Okay, does this one only go up? I thought the other one went, like, down even further. So I was hoping this one go down too. Let's see if it goes down. Nope. Okay, fuck that. I'm not blind, right? This goes down all the way. Yes. Nah, I'm too impatient for that. I was just going off of patterns. I would have assumed, like, once it, maybe, like, it needs to go up first, right? But if so, then on the rebound, when it goes down, it should go down even more. But it didn't. Do I have to kill this person? Okay, I'm gonna see if the items are here, but no. Aggroed anyway. He had literally nothing on him. Okay. Um, their chicken had more than they did. What? Why is this person hurting me? Go away.
Much appreciated.
I guess maybe I walked back through them and then aggroed them. No. The only AoE thing that could potentially automatically happen is the Voidwalker taunts, but it usually doesn't do that unless there's actually more than one target engaged. What the hell is this guy doing? Okay. But if I like walk through them, no. Oh, I have an idea. I think the golem did like a stomp or something, and then maybe it hurt them, and then they just attacked me because reasons. Okay, the new health stone is definitely pulling a lot of weight again. I felt the gap in the old one. They weren't healing nearly as much, but I can actually use this to recover a lot more of my life taps. I honestly don't even know if this is going to take me towards any of my quests. Other than killing these. This guy's a long way from Booty Bay. I wonder if that's on purpose. Okay, that was not good. sneak through in the center. No.
I can't trust that yet.
That worked out at least.
That spell isn't ready yet. I need a target.
Oh, look, there's some stuff here. I got fucking polymorph. Bah! We both have his head. We split it in half or something. I don't know how that works.
I don't have a target. That's still recharging.
Okay, so this loops back here. I don't think I've been over there. know if I even need to go over here, but... I just know, like, all my quests basically distill into... do something with dwarves, do something with elementals in the fire. Like, that's basically the extent of it. I feel like we're a long way from Elwyn Forest storytelling. Oh, so that leads us out. Okay. Okay, this falls off. Okay, cool. We have to kill these. Are these even? I'm trying to figure out what these are. Maybe they capped a geyser. I don't know. It's interesting.
too far away.
Oh look, someone died here. I think because we both have pets, we can juggle aggro pretty well. And really kind of grind through. So that's cool.
I'm out of range.
Oh, and I'm pretty sure the skeleton we just saw was a Tauren. Gotten pretty good at identifying skeletons. There's one that eludes me though. I'm not sure if it's just like a graphical bug or if it's an actual skeleton. See it like 2 or 3 times. Did we just loop? Is that the skeleton I took a picture of earlier? Yes. Okay, well, the map's definitely getting less cluttered with quests. was using the picture as a reference. Technically. But what I do is I take selfies with most of the skeletons I come across just to document them. Um, the idea is of making like a grimoire of death that has like all of the pictures that I've taken from level 1 all the way to now, and then eventually, you know, to the end game. But anyway, it's just something I started doing for fun. Um, and I guess I just kept doing it. Oh, did I get a picture of this person? I don't think I did. Maybe I did. I'll take another one just in case. I think that's a night elf. Yes, definitely. I mean, one, I wanted to do it because that's the kind of girl I am, but it also felt thematically appropriate for a warlock. I'm gonna see how far I can get over here. Okay, fuck, I'm gonna fall! Um, I think I can recover. I think I can recover. Um, okay, yes, I can just slowly climb back up. Uh, that was on me. That was on me. The worst case scenario, I mean, the worst case if I don't make it, but I was gonna try to get underneath the bridge because it looked like there was some more flat surfaces on like the mountain edge and stuff. And then I could use that to kind of like get back up on the other side, but I guess I got lucky with that pathing. I mean, if I fell in, I have no one to blame but myself. I mean, one could argue that the devs made me interested, and so it's their fault, but let's be real. Some of them, yeah, I think the red ones. I don't have herbalism. So I can't explicitly harvest anything like that. But I can still hover over it. And if it's something I can that can be harvested by like an actual herbalist, we can see that. Oh, I do see a little bit of a dip. You're right. But it looks like it's better now. My upload speed seems to be pretty stable again. I'm trying to look for any flowers, just to see if that was the one you were talking about, but I don't see any. It's totally possible that people have been harvesting them, though.
That's still recharging.
Just saw another dip in the internet, but looks like it was just like a second or two. I'll keep an eye out on it.
I can't pass that.
For some reason, I totally thought we were on the north side. Totally on the south end. Which is good, because I haven't been down here yet. Grab this spider knife.
That spell is
I got fucking sprayed. Okay, I handled it though. Had to use a potion.
I can't pass that yet.
It's over, Spider. I have the high ground. I think there's a cave entrance over here. I wonder if I can find it. The fact that mobs are spawning up here makes me think this is not like the wrong way. I guess I don't know if you have an alias you prefer to be called Watchful Bird, but it depends. I don't know. It's like in theory, yes, but it depends on like what the game values are. Because if we look at my character, I have resistances here, right? And so I don't have a lot because various. I'm not really a tank or whatever, but
That's still
if they had fire resistance, then they would resist more of it, right? To the point of being immune. Since, only some of my spells, like only a couple, do fire damage, and the majority of mine do shadow damage. It's not that big of a deal, but I can actually, turn around really quick, see if I can't show you. I know the fire elementals, like lava elementals, those are immune to fire. So I just don't use my fire spells on them. Usually they hang out in the lava pits, so I was just looking for them, maybe over there. Oh, there's so many cave vendors over here. I'll check that out. Okay, it looks like they're... someone else is over here. Yeah, sorry. Immolate is this fire spell here. It's one of the few fire spells I actually use, in like my normal rotations. I'm surprised I can't find any lava people. This is a magma elemental. I think they're only resistant if they are, because I could still immolate them. There is technically a fire, I guess fell fire, spec. I obviously have none of it, but it is an option. Instead, I'm a mixture of affliction, which is like the damage over time stuff, and then demonology for the pets. This lava elemental search has become kind of a longer task. Right, they might be resistant to it, I'm not entirely sure. Because I don't know off the top of my head if they resist some of my elemental damage. I don't know if I get told that. Or if I just get told the damage. Because like if someone were to do fire or nature to me, it shows that like I resisted like a percentage of the damage. I don't know if that works on attacks too. Okay, I guess we're just gonna loop around here, but I know there's some lava elementals over here. Or fire, because they're not magma, that's those. Liquid hot magma. God bless, all of them are gone. Oh, there's one. I totally pulled this guy. Can I tell you to go away? Does this work? No. Okay, golems don't count. That makes sense. They're considered mechanical. I have a spell that, like, basically tells an elemental to just chill out. I can't hurt it, but it can't do anything else. But they're not elementals, they're mechanical. But okay, here we go. Watchful bird. I can show you the immolation, like how they're like immune to fire. I'm gonna use the immolate, see, which is a fire spell. And then it's gonna say immune right there. So like I can't even do it. I can do this one, Searing Pain. Same deal, immune. So that's like the long story short of, yes. Some things can be resistant or outright immune to types of damage.
Vengeance shall be mine.
For the Alliance.
Well done, adventurer. We are almost ready.
Okay, I forget what I was doing this for, but just getting the money is gonna be nice because I'm poor as super poor right now.
To hold the flawless flame, you will need a shaft and a casing. You must first find a suitable shaft. The Dark Iron Taskmasters and Slavers of the Cauldron use weapons of enchanted thorium, an extremely sturdy alloy. If you bring me 8 thorium-plated daggers, I can break the alloy down and reforge a shaft.
Okay, I'll call you Bird. Oh, buddy, we get to go forward to the shaft. I'm sure the developer who wrote that had a fun time. I think, I'm curious, Bird. It sounded like you said, you haven't played WoW. Have you watched it before? Unrelated. I thought this was a mushroom, but this is clearly a vent. See, do you know if they were playing classic or retail? I don't know if you know the difference. There's technically a couple different versions of WoW at the current. Look, there's an infernal elemental right here. I guess they just weren't they hadn't respawned yet, but that's fine. Oh, someone left the door open. I see. I don't know if I'm supposed to be here or not. I see. So in this case, classic is actually the newer release in a sense. Okay, so this is the dungeon entrance. So there was only one version of WoW beforehand. And it was just like the current, with all the expansions and updates and everything. And then I think it was 2019, they released the first like WoW Classic. The door did look grumpy. And WoW Classic was the first like re-release. Okay, am I going the right? I don't know if I'm gonna exit out of this or not, but there's another dungeon over there. Anyways, that was WoW Classic, right? And then they released the expansions in order, like, after a couple years and stuff like that. And that's technically, like, WoW Classic. We have WoW Fresh, which is the one I'm playing, where they cause they were like 4 expansions in on Classic whenever they started Fresh, which is original Classic all over again with some minor differences. So that's whenever I first started playing.
Thank you.
I guess technically I played a little bit of the other Fresh whenever it was on Cataclysm. But I didn't play for too long. I did play Fresh, which is this version though. I played it maybe like half a year after it came out for a couple months. And then I started playing it again late last year. Long story short, yeah, it's like old school RuneScape. Not like I remember there's like multiple RuneScapes. There's like but I think one difference is I think old school RuneScape has had updates. Where the WoW re-releases haven't really had updates. There was Season of Discovery, but that's a whole different thing. I don't have to get too deep into that. But a lot of people want like an old school RuneScape kind of thing where I think they call it like Classic Plus. With the idea being they don't just re-release, but they actually give updates, right? But using the original game is like the baseline instead of the current game. Also, everything here is way too high level for me. I want to make it to the town to get the flight path. As long as I don't grab too much aggro and keep moving, I'll be fine. Oh, that looks like a graveyard. I'm so tempted. Oh, no, it's ruins. Okay, never mind. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Sometimes it's hard to tell the explicit range, because technically, the path I want's over here. The closer you are to their level, the lower their range is. So if they're really high level, like you may think you're safe, but they see you, right? opposite wise, if you're like super close to level, you have to get like real close before they aggro you. Looks like I made it, so that's good.
Where would you like to fly to?
Safe travels.
Get a quick picture. Yeah.
Where would you like to fly to?
I could. Is it a special dragon? Or is it just like red dragon? Where'd it go? I don't know, it flew away. Oh well. I imagine like someone aggroed it or killed it or it's just gone.
Where would you like to fly to?
I don't know if this is used in crafting. Cause I know in some of my tailoring I use spiders. I might want to keep this if it's actually used, but I don't know. I can always go back to it later.
See you around.
Where would you like to fly to?
See you soon.
Oh, interesting. I'm curious, are you set to live? Like explicit live? I know sometimes it'll get behind like 10 or 15 seconds. From like buffering or something. But like if you like fast forward or click the live, it'll take you to current. Alternatively, I know there's like a 5 or so second delay. Normally. But it shouldn't be like a minute's worth or anything like that. It's okay. I only have. I wouldn't have known it unless, I guess I experienced it, because, I do watch some other content creators live. And sometimes, like, I wanted to, um, like, rewind and, like, watch something again, or, like, maybe. I just, like, I'd step away and I wanted to, like, catch up, you know what I mean? And then after I catch up, I can just, like, hit the live button to come back to current and stuff like that, but. Anyways. Hopefully that was it, but if not, let me know. Maybe I have to like reconnect or something on my end. Um, Other than that, I'm actually gonna take a quick break. I'll be back in like 5 or so minutes. Um, yeah, so I'll be right back. Okay, and we're back. Oh, that's cute. Birds. I feel honored to be the streamer you get notifications for.
When Lolo doesn't want to spill any of his precious ale or get his little dress dirty, I'm called in. Oh, me aching feet. I figured since you didn't have a loofah.
Up with you.
Okay. I don't know what the point of this is. Oh. I thought when it said trinket, that means it's offhand. Interesting. I don't know if I'll ever use this.
Oh, as acting taskmaster of this here compound, it is my duty to make sure that there is a certain level of tedium involved with all forms of business, work. 15.9 pounds! That may be a new record for blood and gut weight on apparel. Congratulations, adventurer!
Very good.
Okay, I vaguely remember that quest. I don't remember why we were doing it, but I remember they said, when you come back, hey, don't come back unless you're like trenched in their blood, and you'll know when you have enough.
Burninate's the name. Smithing's my...
Watch, get her back.
I hope you kicked his teeth in too, adventurer. Ragnaros knows he deserved it. Now we can get down to business.
Okay, I guess it turned into a repeatable quest. Interesting.
Very good. Tucked it.
Yes, it's true. I'm blind as a bat and drunk as something that gets drunk. I'll tell you what, person, it's the drink that keeps me senses sharp. It's common knowledge that when you lose a sense, your other senses become more alert. My drunk sense is incredible these days.
Off with you.
I never thunk I'd be looking at this ugly mug again. He actually looks better without the rest of him attached. Here's your reward, asterisk, hick, asterisk, person.
Both of these are not for me. So I'll just take this
Watch, get her back.
and disenchant it. I technically do have quite. I guess I meant less in the sense of, well, where to go and stuff like that. And more in the sense of, like, the lore stuff. Like, what was the story? Like, why did they tell me to go? But yeah, a questie is one of them. Like right here, I have a whole bunch showing up. Questies also what's showing them on my map, if I remember correctly. I try not to just blindly follow the quest, because I like to get in the story and stuff like that, but at a certain point I just have like no idea what's going on. Yeah, tell if this is someone like in a cave, or if I'm supposed to somehow get over there. And I guess, it's a tangent, I guess, but I try not to use too many add-ons. I don't have anything against using add-ons, but I try to keep it more of an original experience. And there's a couple of things that, I don't know, I remember it was whenever I played forever ago, like in 2010 and stuff like that. I used to use this animated portrait add-on, so I'm using it again now. I don't know what this person is trying to do. I'm expecting that they're typing and just taking forever about it. Okay. That's it.
That spell isn't
Not sure why this guy is so excited to help, but I won't say no, at least not off the bat.
That's still recharging.
True. Oh, Jesus Christ, what is going on here? There is so much going on here. In the sense that there's a lot of creatures right here. I don't... Oh, now you've done it. Okay, they probably don't speak English first language.
That spell isn't ready yet. I cannot cast that yet. That spell isn't ready yet. I need more mana. I don't have a target. That's still recharging.
I fucking held on. Fucking, I'm amazing.
That spell isn't
Clearly, that's why.
That's still recharging.
But the reason why I think English isn't their first language is because they had a Questy update and it's not in English. Shit, I think my guy died because he went in the lava. I imagine because he just disappeared.
Praise Alun. It has been many years since I have had visitors. Will you assist me, mortal? Hear my tale.
Okay. What's the tale? That's it. I have to talk to him.
As a young night elf in Darkshore, I crossed paths with a group of unsavory individuals known as the Twilight's Hammer. A group of them befriended me, and shamefully I ended up eschewing my faith in Alun and embracing the vitriol of the Twilight's Hammer. It was not until a vision came to me from Alun that I woke up from the malaise that I had fallen into as a follower of the old gods. In repentance, I began work on my prayer to Alun. Etched into a tablet of pure gold was the embodiment of my remorse, shame, regret, and sorrow. Unfortunately, the Twilight's Hammer found the tablet and branded me a blasphemer.
I was summarily executed, my prayer to Elune incomplete. I'm now bound to this world as a spirit, unable to transcend to the nether, held in this cage as a warning to all that would betray the faith of the Twilight's hammer.
It's very, I don't know if you've ever played Warcraft 3, but like that's basically how the graphics were for animations in Warcraft 3 when people talked. So, it's very fitting. Also, I'm totally the person to help you if I want to, because you're a spirit.
May the stars guide you. What brings you here? I have accepted my fate here in this cage. The prayer must be found. Will you assist me, mortal? Will you find the prayer to Elune? As I stated, the prayer was etched onto a golden tablet. One of these idol-worshipping scoundrels must have it on their person. If you do recover my prayer, take it to a starry star-seeker in Darnassus. It matters little that my faith has been rekindled after the countless malevolent actions that I have taken against this world and its inhabitants. But my prayer must be heard. Absolution is the last thing I expect.
Okay, I made that noise because Darnassus... alright. We are here, right? We have to go all the way over here, and then get over here. I guess we'll do that at some point, but...
That's still recharging.
Okay, this is saying it has a 100% drop rate. That's clearly not the case.
I can't pass that.
I have it though. Let me get a better picture of the furnace if I can. That'll do. Got a friend request. Here you go. Okay, oh that's cool. Did that quest. It did answer the question I had, if there was like, if that was underground in a cave or above. I do have a random question for you, Birds? If I remember, were you around whenever I was streaming Zomboid? Okay. It's like it's... I feel bad about it. But it's like, the name's really familiar, but I'm trying to remember, like, when you first started hanging out. I'm getting old. Did you have a different alias back then? Or was it always birds? Unrelated, it looks like, these gloves are kind of better. They definitely have more armor, but I don't really care about that too much. They have more intellect, which is good. But I lose stamina for spirit. I don't really care for spirit. Okay, that's probably why it feels familiar. I just know that also, YouTube at some point, like, changed the display names in chat. So if you had something else before, as like a display name, they got rid of that, and it just uses your handle now. I think I'm just gonna wear them. Although, I do like how these look more. Okay, I'm only getting like a 0.10% increase of crit chance, I guess. So, I think I'm gonna keep the other gloves. Yeah, if there's like a highly obvious difference in the stats, like if it had like 20 intelligence, then like I would maybe just take it. But like a 10% increase in crit chance, not even 10%, sorry, a 0.10%. This 10% would have to be really good. But 0.10%, I did that for a while on my wand in particular. I had a new wand that was slightly better, but it didn't have a little fancy light effect. I just love this little light effect. So I kept that one for quite a while. I eventually got a bigger upgrade and I just changed it anyways, but as fate would have it, I got lucky and another wand that I got had that same kind of visual effect, so everything worked out. I got better stats and I got to keep the cool visual lighting effect. Um, I guess this is where my math might break down in my understanding, but isn't 0.1% technically different than 0.10%? Because in theory, wouldn't 0.1% be the like the third digit, I guess? So like, if it was 0.1%, it would have increased it by 5.2, 5.74 instead of 5.73. Whereas going 5.7 to 5.8 is 10. I think this is where like percentages and fractions and decimal places maybe intersect differently based on the context of how they're being used. Because I think technically, like, you are correct, and then it's a 0.1%, but in like the overall values and how it increases, it feels like it's a 0.10%. But I could be completely wrong. I might just be wording that wrong. Pretty good at math, but it's been a while since I had to think about that in particular. If I have to be honest, it just doesn't come up in my day-to-day. I would love to be accurate about it though, so if I'm doing it wrong and you know it, just tell me, and I will correct it.
I can't cast that yet.
Can I fall down here? Is this safe? This does not seem safe. So I won't do that. I do think I have to get down there again though. Need daggers, yeah. Okay, awesome. I'm not completely forgetting all of my math. I just noticed there's like some real trees up there. I mean, they're still dying, but there's actual trees up there. There's just like nothing down here. I just remembered to like your point a while back, Birds, where you had mentioned like fire resistance and stuff like that. My understanding, the Searing Gorge area is not recommended to fire mages because of that reason. But I'm not a fire mage, so not really a problem for me. I'm so close to leveling as well.
It's too far away.
Okay, well, words are hard right now. Let me see if I can't make sense of this. Google says the only real difference is that in 0.10%, you're mentioning the 0 after the 1. In the 0.1, you don't acknowledge it. Yes, that is correct. I get. Because, like, in theory, if this was only like 5.7, going from 5.7 to 5.8 would just be like that 1%, right? For 0.1%. I'm getting so confused in my brain right now. I think the additional factor is that it's percentage versus just like a number, like decimal value. I think that like technically impacts how we interpret the numbers, but that could just be complete bullshit too. Isn't math fun?
Still recharging.
Awesome, I leveled up. I'm gonna go ahead and get this one to top that off. And I think at this point, I like don't touch my affliction talent tree for a while, because I want to get all of this, and then I might consider getting improved Curse of Agony and empowered corruption. But if not, then I would get a better demonic talent and then Felguard. But okay, cool. This should help with my aggro management though, and a little bit of mana. I mentioned it last stream. I don't know if I mentioned it. Other than that, though, the reason I'm getting this talent is because the second part of it, your affliction spells generate less threat. As a warlock, you have like no disengage. So if you grab too much threat, you just have to deal with it. And it becomes harder to deal with it because sometimes you have dots on stuff. And so you can't just like stop hurting people because the dot's still on them. So the only real option is just to prevent getting threat in the first place. And there's not a lot of ways to do that. Technically, I think this Master Demonologist with Imp, yeah, it reduces my threat generation, so that can be helpful. But then I have to use the Imp. I can't use like the Succubus, Incubus, or the Felguard. So the only one I'm aware of otherwise is this talent. Plus the extra mana's nice if I can trigger that, because then that's less life tapping I have to do, which is always nice. I'm sure the healers would appreciate in dungeons. Right, so like even without dungeons, just like in my normal grinding and stuff, having that extra or reduced threat generation is helpful. Because even with improved Footwalker, it's not exactly hard to generate more threat than the Voidwalker is. But I also have Unholy Power, which increases their damage, which in theory increases their threat too, but yeah. I'm not sure where I'm supposed to find these spyglasses. I haven't seen anything in particular, but it's possible that people are just constantly finding it ahead of me. And so I have to wait for respawns. Something that's just interesting to me as like someone who is interested in like game design development and all that kind of stuff. Since this is an old game, if you look at the lava flow down here, there are two explicit like different kind of like movements and textures. Like against the wall, you can see there's like because like a more condensed version, and it's like going in a slightly different direction. The vessel in lava. And that basically just means that the game designer, the level designer, explicitly had to make that. And that's just neat. I like to appreciate those kind of attention to detail. In the bottles, like these, right? No. They would highlight, usually they sparkle, right? But even if not, they would highlight if I like moused over it. Like this one as well. If they're not down here though, it's gotta be above, so I'll eventually figure it out. This almost looks like it's supposed to be interactable, but I don't see anything. Oh, I see. This is... Okay, so this is the other side where... That's where I almost fell. Correct. No, that's not how the game works. Oh, this guy got a chest, though. Check it out. Oh, shit. Oh, this is probably just
It's locked.
something that rogues can lockpick.
It's locked.
Okay, this is where... Oh, interesting. So this is that hole I saw earlier, and just now, from this perspective, I can see if I were to jump down onto this, I might take some fall damage, but I would live. Then I could maybe jump from that to this, and then from that to that, from up here to here, down here, and then safely get in. I can't get back up that way, but I could get down. Other skills, you mean like lockpicking? Cause oh buddy, do I have trade skills? I've got tailoring, I have enchanting, I have cooking, I have first aid. I guess that's it. But most people just have like the two.
That spell isn't ready yet. I can't cast that yet.
I see. So some of those are so lockpicking in particular is specifically a rogue skill. That you get to learn lockpicking, stuff like that. It's not like a trade skill. Or a profession in that regard. Technically it is, yes. But it's not like a profession in the sense that anyone can learn it. Anyone can learn herbalism though, skinning, enchanting, tailoring, cooking, first aid, fishing. There's, I don't think there's rune crafting yet. There is jewel crafting though. There's smelting, mining. Well, smelting would fall under blacksmithing. Leatherworking is another one. Sorry, my voice is going out. Okay, what else? What other trade skills are there? That might be most of them. I feel like I'm forgetting one or two, but that's most of them. One consideration too is that some skills are considered primary professions and some are considered secondary. You can only have 2 primary, but you can have as many secondary. So, like for example, enchanting or tailoring are primary ones. So that means I can't get skinning, I can't get mining. I can't get blacksmithing, leatherworking, I can't get jewel crafting. And there's maybe one more. But I could still pick up fishing, because fishing's a secondary one. But I haven't, because I didn't. I didn't feel the need to. Didn't feel like it. But I picked up cooking because I just like the ability to make my own food, and I like to have the spirit bonus sometimes. It also came in handy. I needed to make a campfire for a couple quests. It's just wild to me. So like if you don't have a campfire, you're kind of screwed for those quests. First aid I wanted in particular though, because as a warlock, I am constantly converting life into mana. As you've probably have seen. So being able to like just heal myself in that regard is super helpful.
How generous.
Yes. So because, warlocks also are cloth wearers, it made sense to me to make my own stuff. I feel like I made this robe. Yes, it even tells me. And I honestly wasn't sure what other trade skill I wanted, because you don't really gather cloth materials as a craft like you would herbalism or mining or skiing even. But there was a consensus that such kind of hurts.
That spell isn't better.
Maybe not consensus, but like a lot of people were saying that because you can make magical clothes, you can disenchant them. So enchanting's a good option. Plus you can enchant your own stuff too. I can't fit in the beds. That's a shame. I guess technically, from my understanding, there are also bonuses you get for reaching certain or max crafting skill. I think like if you, for example, are a high level Principal Skinner, if you're a high level Skinner, you get extra crit chance or something like that, like very minor, like a couple percent, but still something. So like technically you can pick trade skills based on that, but I think I've gone past my min-max stage and just what makes sense, and then also leaning into flavor and what I enjoy. And that's like the long story short on tailoring and enchanting. Or I guess short story long. I had that backwards.
I can't pass that yet. That's still recharging.
If Pyratosis is here, I can maybe bother them to say hello.
That spell isn't ready.
But I can't see who's watching, so I can't call anyone out. Not that I would explicitly call people out, but I think you get it.
That's still recharging.
I mean, all that said though, you are still a great company, birds, so not exactly upset if they don't talk. It has been a while since I've had a chatty stream though. Krasnovsky used to be around a lot, but I think he had some medical stuff and he hasn't been around for a while.
Much appreciated.
This bitch stole this guy. What a slut. This is also does not seem accurate. It says this is an 80% drop chance. Yet, I feel like I've killed way more than 4. That's not even close.
That's still recharging.
Couple of thoughts on that. I do agree it probably would increase engagement though. The most obvious answer. Hold on, I'm hurt. Hold on.
That's still recharging.
I didn't know I was still aggroed. That's kind of a problem. Especially when I was low on health, but I'm fine now. The technical obvious answer is that there's some stuff, I like to have my recordings to make videos later. Yeah. I think there's a world where whenever I'm fighting, like actively fighting, if I just walk past them, it does aggro. But if I'm not fighting, they don't care. Like, even if I don't touch them, it's the way it works. The aggro, I guess, but with the VTuber thing, if I want to make a video that's more of just like the content and potentially immersive, versus like a VOD. Having a VTuber model kind of interacts with that. And I don't know if there's an easy way for me to like separate my recording so that way I can have it off in the recording versus just the stream. I think from my understanding, I have to record it if that is what I'm streaming, unless I do like some multi-level encoding where I record the content once in like a source and then I use that to record another recording, and that's my streaming output. At that point, I have like 3 encoders going off, and 2 files being saved, if I can even do that. Which, don't get me wrong, that'd be amazing to have set up, but I don't think that's gonna be easy to set up, with the technology I have. So like, I guess like the easier solution is just to come to terms with the fact that I would have my VTuber model on top of all my recordings. Which isn't horrible, but I don't know, I haven't pulled the trigger on that yet. Because there's also a world where, for at least this Warcraft, character, I want to make a whole, like, level 1 to 70 video. But there's nothing saying I can't have my VTuber model on that, but I don't know. I'm overthinking it. I overthink everything. Common problem I have.
That spell isn't ready yet.
How have I not had one more single drop? I've killed like 6 more. Right, that would be the ideal situation. Like if I had the technology and software options for that. I just don't know if I can do that. Like 1, I don't know if I can even do it. And then 2, I don't know how good the quality would be. And then 3, I don't know how good, like if I can actually do all those things with my hardware. Because I do know what I could do is I could have like a loop back stream where I stream locally one recording and then I stream that source of the local recording, if that makes sense. I consider that for streaming to different platforms, where one of them would be 30 FPS and another one would be 60 FPS. Because the only way I could get 30 FPS on the stream is to record 30 FPS in the output and everything too. I mean, kind of, but not really, but kind of. My computer is from like 2022 or something. But the recording portion is graphics card intensive, and CPU intensive if it's not graphical intensive. In my testing, I can do 3 different types of encoding, and it mostly works. Because at one point I tried doing a dual stream test where I have one encoder for my local recording, which is higher quality than the stream. So there's a separate encoder for the stream and the recording. And then I had a separate encoder for my 30 FPS stream when I was testing that to Twitch. And that was like pushing my graphics card to the limit. Like any more, and that was it. So, like, that's just where, like, it depends, right? Like, it's maybe possible, but it might be, too much for my hardware. It's not as bad as it sounds, but I am using a gaming laptop. Quote-unquote gaming laptop, but like performance, you know. And please, please understand, there's a reason. It wasn't like, oh, I love laptops. They're the best. Like, no, there were reasons for it. But life has a funny way of changing priorities and having stuff happen, so... The long story short is this was supposed to be a stopgap, and I was gonna build a new computer. that's basically it.
I can't pass that yet.
Oh shit. Hey, where else is? I guess I don't know how that compares to what I have. At least not off the immediate top. I don't know if I can see what my thing is here, but hold up. Okay, I didn't expect it to get the device manager, but it'll probably work. There we go. A 350 laptop edition. Oh, yeah, okay, I gotcha, yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, this is not top of the line high performance, but I mean, it's not bad. As long as it's a 1080p game, it's not bad. I can usually push close to max, or at least high quality. I know in like newer games, like I can't do max, but I can do pretty good. Okay, I know I could do a DX diag. I'm old school like that. But I thought that the settings control panel kind of thing showed the graphics card too. Okay, I think I finally got all the daggers. I don't know where this spyglass is, but not here, that's for sure. At least I don't think it's here.
That spell isn't ready yet.
Yes, I am ready for the shaft.
That's still recharging.
I'm sorry, I can't help myself. This seems new. I don't remember this. Look, as long as they know how to use it, I don't really have a preference. That's so bad. Okay, it looks like there's something else here. It's just... I thought there might be an entrance over here, but no. I think this is the Orc Warlock from earlier. That was flirting with me. I have a new problem I have to consider. Where am I supposed to go after this? Maybe the next place to go is, where I went earlier. And I got the flight path. That's a higher level area. There's a dragon. Oh, right, I remember now. I think at a certain point there was a dragon that spawned over here. I don't know if that's what you're referencing. Or if it was the one we found on the south side. I'm looking for this supposed Toyer. Oh, look here, it is making 10% drop chance. You better be lying to me. Okay, so it clearly seems like it's not like a random item. It's a drop.
That spell isn't ready yet.
At least according to Questy.
I need a target.
Oh, that's right. You are correct. I thought the dragon was down here for some reason, but you're right. It was over here. Over here. There are a couple of quests in String of Thornvale I want to go get too. There's this and that. Just because I've basically been doing all of the Booty Bay quests. Maybe that's why all of these people are constantly circling here. Maybe they're looking for this quest too. I forget, am I getting a shaft or am I getting shafted? Also, can I cook here? No, this is not a cooking fire. Okay. Oh, I can probably buy back some white spider meat. I think I sold it on accident. This guy. Okay, cool. I guess if it's dealer choice. I guess I would like to get shafted.
That's still recharging.
I rolled to see who would get the chest, but I guess it's all mine. But to answer your question more specifically, I don't know if I'm gonna go straight to Booty Bay after I get shafted. It'll just be somewhere where either in between sessions I can pick those quests up. Because like I might be down there. Or once I finish this area off, I'll swing back down to Booty Bay, and pick up those quests that way. Also, this is totally misplaced item.
I need to get closer.
I hadn't really realized it either. Because everything's so dense, cause I mentioned that in the title as well. Stream title. Finished like all the quests already. So unless there's like follow-ups, I'd be done with Searing Gorge. I didn't even think about the other ones. Oh my god. Oh. Well, trying to think of. I just. I can't. Okay, okay. I'm calm. I got this. It's good stuff though.
That spell isn't ready yet. I can't cast that yet.
On the bright side, these dwarves respawn pretty quick compared to some respawn timers I've seen. So, not horrible, but you would think if there's only a 10% chance, they would add more. Like, pick one, pick a lane. Either make it a low chance to drop, or with a lot of mobs, or a high chance to drop with a low amount of mobs. Like even like 50%, 40, 30, but like 10%, Jesus. I got lucky though, here it is. So, could be worse. But look at that! I have cleared the board quests. The only other quest like I haven't done then would be whatever's over here. So I'll probably go check that out. And there should be a quest up here. That gives me access to this gate. Okay, let's go check this guy out over here. Technically true, they are doing that.
Vengeance shall be mine. See you around.
Okay, what symbol is that supposed to be?
You're an exceptional laborer, adventurer. Have you ever considered a change of vocation? Perhaps a detective? Junk collector? Oh, I know, one of those silly gnomes that crawl across the beaches of Azeroth with their metal detecting contraptions, looking for lost treasure. Yes, that would be an ideal position for you. Would be...
Excuse me? Is that an insult? I can't tell if you're insulting me. Or if you're being genuine.
We need one final piece to form the torch. In the mountains to the northwest, you will find a large encampment of Twilight's Hammer. It is rumored that they carry symbols and idols that pay homage to their god. These symbols and idols could carry sufficient enchantment to form a magical casing. Bring me a single symbol of Ragnaros, and I will try to extract the magic from the item to create the casing. Have a good one.
That dungeon quest. No. I have to go over there. Okay. I think those are the people that I killed earlier to do that. Night Elf, that Night Elf Spirit quest. Which is interesting because, like, game design wise, that means this quest would have brought me into the area. Because that's not from, okay, to be clear, that's not from Blizzard. That is a mod, an add-on, where someone has done that. So, yeah.
Interest you on a pint?
You're a good lass, ye are. I got you a little present for your troubles.
Watch your back.
Okay, cool. Gloves I can't use.
I think I'm getting a cold. Damn this frigid climate.
Frigid climate. I guess it's because of the type of dwarf he is.
Very good.
Well, I'm just gonna go ahead and disenchant these.
What's on your mind?
Okay, I could buy back that spider meat. Hold on, I'm curious. Okay, it looks like both of these are indeed things that tailors would use. So I will keep those. Yes, I love my mechanical keyboards. If it's ever a problem, though, I can adjust the volumes a bit. I don't know. I guess grew up might be a little subjective. But I grew up with mechanical keyboards, clickety-clackety keyboards, even if they were rubber dome. And then streamers I watched when I got older, they had mechanical keyboards as well. So, I don't know, it's just, it's something for me. I remember when I used to take like 3 chats at once at work forever ago. With my mechanical keyboard, people just be like, I would sound like I'm just like shooting a gun or something, because I'm not like literally, obviously. Am I just going in circles here? Uh-oh, just because I've been typing so fast on the mechanical keyboard. Also, yes, I was totally going in circles.
Talk to me. Off with you.
Fantastic work. Now for your reward.
Oh, these might be good actually. The restore 4 mana isn't like crazy, but that's nice.
Off with you.
The question is, how do they look? So you gotta beat my fingerless gloves. Oh damn. Okay, cool. Actually, I think I do like these better. I think these are like small gloves versus big gloves, because these completely take over my arm, right? But this is like part of my robe. So if I take off, yeah. Okay, we're gonna go with these then. I love how these look though, so I think I'm gonna keep it for my stash, but new gloves. Oh look, there's a corpse. I think this is like an undead or something, actually. I'm not as familiar with this skeleton, which would make me think it might be undead, because I've only seen a couple. I'll have to do some research after stream. I mean, it's the low price of free, so sounds like a good deal to me. I think this might be just where I call it, actually. Because it's 3 in the morning. So I should probably get some sleep soon. Otherwise, who knows how long I'll be up, if I'm being honest. So, let me get this cooking out of the way. Yeah, we just had a daylight savings happen. Although technically I will be in Pacific time zone in a couple months, so that's exciting. I guess for me it's exciting anyways. Anyways, I'm totally having too much fun with this. Tomorrow, I guess today's Wednesday, tomorrow, but, I'm gonna try to stream if my ISP will let me. Y'all know how that goes. If I don't catch you tomorrow, I'll try again on Friday, and then again and again, obviously. So hopefully I'll see you tomorrow, if not Wednesday. With that though, if you enjoyed it, go ahead and give a like. That helps the algorithm and all that. If you want to see more, go ahead and subscribe. Because as I just mentioned, I will be streaming more as long as my ISP lets me. And I do want to come back to some of my other games as well. Some Void included, but yeah. I also do some videos every once in a while, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call it here. So if it's daytime for you, have a good day. If it's nighttime, have a good evening, and I'll see you next time. Bye! Also, good talking to you, Birdie. It's been a while, so it's good to see you. Bye!